Have you ever stopped to think that there is something in you that sets you apart from everyone around you? Something that even you can't explain, but that seems to put you on a unique path, full of challenges and mysteries? What if I told you that only the most powerful among the chosen ones possess such an extraordinary sign that God, in His wisdom, decided to hide it until the right moment? This sign may be the answer to many questions you silently carry, and in this video, I will show you why it is so well guarded and how to discover if you have it. But pay attention. What I'm going to reveal now is something that few are ready to hear. Stay with me, because understanding this can be the turning point for the purpose that God has reserved for your life. Many times, we go through challenging situations, face rejections and apparent defeats, without realizing that all this is part of a bigger plan. And here comes the question: do you carry this sign and haven't realized it yet? This is the kind of mystery that only the chosen ones can unravel. But there is a divine reason for this sign to remain hidden until the right moment. Why would God hide something so important? The answer lies in your protection. Chosen ones face intense battles, often fought in the spiritual realm. Having an evident sign before its time can attract attacks that you are not yet prepared to withstand. God knows exactly when and how to reveal His greatest blessings. The sign you carry is like a seed planted in fertile soil, waiting for the perfect moment to bloom. Meanwhile, you are being strengthened, shaped, and prepared to face what is to come. If you have ever felt that your life was more challenging than that of other people, it may be an indication that this sign is present in you. God allows the chosen ones to go through difficult trials to develop them. Think of it as a precious gem being polished. Each blow, each pressure, serves to reveal something greater. Can you identify these situations in your own life? Moreover, do they have a greater purpose than you imagine? Often, the signs we carry are linked to experiences that seem insignificant or even painful. A pattern of events in your childhood, a feeling of being different, or even a special connection with the spiritual can be evidence that you carry this sign. But here's the secret. These signs are often not obvious to you. They only become clear when you start looking at your life with new eyes, intentionally seeking the divine purposes in every detail. Imagine carrying a precious gift without being ready to use it. Many chosen ones face frustrations because they feel that something is missing, but they cannot identify what it is. This feeling may be a clue that the sign is hidden, awaiting your spiritual maturity to be revealed. God does not want you to waste what He has given you. He wants that when you discover this sign, you are prepared to use it fully, aligned with your purpose. This sign will not be revealed in a grand dream or something extraordinary at the beginning. It is subtle but powerful. It is usually related to specific abilities, spiritual sensitivity, or even the capacity to withstand great pressures. The first step to identifying it is to reflect on the patterns of your life. What are the gifts you often ignore or underestimate? What do people around you usually recognize in you? These clues can reveal something grand. To perceive this sign, you need to strengthen your connection with God. He is the one who opens our spiritual eyes to see what was previously hidden. Often the sign is related to intuition, that inner voice that guides you to the right decisions, even when everything seems contrary. God speaks to you in ways you may not have understood yet, and the sign you carry is part of this communication. Carrying a divine sign does not mean that you will be immune to difficulties. On the contrary, you will face even more challenges. But it is precisely in these moments that the sign manifests. God wants you to stay on the path, even when it seems difficult. Every step you take in faith brings you closer to the full revelation of what He has reserved for you. Do not give up, because what is hidden in you is more precious than you imagine. When you finally identify this sign, your life changes forever. You begin to understand that every difficulty was a preparation. This sign is not just a gift, but a responsibility. It empowers you to help other people, to be a light in the midst of darkness. And this is where you discover the true purpose of being a chosen one. Not just to survive, but to thrive, inspire, and transform the world around you. Stay with me until the end, because I will help you identify this unique sign in your life and show what it means for your journey as a chosen one. The chosen ones are not ordinary people. They are individuals marked by a special mission, a purpose that transcends human logic. They walk difficult paths, face uncommon adversities, and possess a deep spiritual connection often misunderstood by others. It is not a choice they make. It is a calling that comes directly from the divine, a force that drives them to live differently, even when the world tries to mold them according to its standards. For many chosen ones, it emerges quietly, like an inner restlessness, or even through events that defy logic. Maybe you have felt it, that feeling that your life has a greater meaning, even if you still can't see the whole picture. It's like carrying a lit torch in a world of darkness, knowing that, even if no one notices, you are lighting a path that others will one day follow. The chosen ones are those whom God has set apart for a specific mission, something that impacts not only their own lives, but also the world around them. They are like spiritual warriors, shaped through internal and external battles that strengthen their character and prepare them for their journey. However, being a chosen one does not mean being superior. It means having spiritual responsibilities that require courage, resilience, and unwavering faith. That is why many chosen ones go through difficult tests, because it is in the fire of adversity that their true strength is revealed. Moreover, the chosen ones are endowed with spiritual gifts that make them unique. These gifts can vary, from sharp intuition to abilities that seem supernatural. But these gifts are not always immediately recognized, not even by the chosen ones themselves. It is like carrying a key without knowing which door it opens. And here is the most interesting detail. Among all the gifts and characteristics of a chosen one, there is a sign that only the most powerful possess. It is a rare sign, hidden by God, and revealed only to those who are ready to understand it. Perhaps, at some point, you have felt that you are different from other people, as if you were made of a special material, shaped by something beyond human understanding. You may have felt out of place in the world, unable to fit into patterns that seem so easy for others. Or perhaps you have faced challenges that seem to have no reason, but somehow strengthened and prepared you for something greater. These feelings of difference are not a coincidence. They are subtle signs that you may be a chosen one, someone called to something that has not yet been fully revealed. God works in mysterious ways, and He often allows you to feel isolated or misunderstood, so that you can seek in Him the answers that the world cannot offer. This process of isolation and seeking is essential, because it is where the chosen ones begin to understand their true identity and purpose. Now think for a moment, what if I told you that there is something even deeper about the chosen ones? A sign that sets the most powerful among them apart? This sign is not something you will easily find, because it was hidden on purpose. God, in His wisdom, knew that this sign could be misused if it fell into the wrong hands. That is why He kept it as a spiritual secret, revealing it only to those who are ready to use it according to His divine plan. This sign is not physical, it is spiritual. It manifests in ways that few can recognize because it requires discernment and spiritual maturity to be understood. It may reveal itself in your ability to withstand challenges that would make others give up, in your ability to hear God's voice amid chaos, or even in an inexplicable peace you feel, even in the most difficult moments. It is something you cannot create on your own. It is given by God as a reminder of who you are and the purpose you carry. That is why this sign is so powerful and so hidden. It is not something you can display to the world because it is not a medal of merit or a trophy of achievement. It is a sacred gift, something that God has placed in you to protect and guide you on your journey. It is the mark of a truly powerful chosen one, someone who has been set apart for a mission that will impact not only their life, but also the lives of many others around them. Spiritual signs are manifestations of God's purpose and presence in the life of a chosen one. They are not just visible marks or extraordinary abilities, but deep representations of a divine mission that transcends common human understanding. These hidden signs are a reminder that the journey of the chosen one is both a preparation and a revelation. God is perfect in His wisdom and knows the right moment to reveal every detail of His plan. When a spiritual sign is hidden, it is a form of protection for the chosen one. Premature revelation could attract attacks, envy, or even manipulation by those who do not understand or respect the divine purpose. God hides certain signs until the chosen one is spiritually mature and ready to use them as powerful tools on their journey. Imagine a chosen one who is not yet fully aware of their divine mission. If a powerful sign were revealed before they were ready, it could be interpreted as a weakness or even a threat by those around them. Worse still, it could lead the chosen one themselves to doubt, fear, or pride. God hides these signs to protect the chosen one not only from the world, but also from themselves, ensuring they remain humble and connected to the divine source. God knows that the path of a chosen one is full of challenges and trials. The hidden signs are not an absence of purpose, but rather a stage of preparation. During this period, God works on the inner strength, character, and faith of the chosen one. Thus, when the sign is revealed, it will be used with wisdom and courage, aligned with the true spiritual purpose. Spiritual signs are like a flame that needs to be protected from the wind until it is strong enough to stand on its own. God hides the signs so that the essence of the chosen one remains intact, far from external influences and human expectations. This protection ensures that the chosen one is not shaped by the pressures of the world, but by the divine plan that God has outlined for their life. When God decides to hide a sign, it is because it carries a power that goes beyond human understanding. These signs represent a gift so special that if it were exposed before its time, it could be used in the wrong way or even destroyed. The hidden sign is a sacred gift, kept until the chosen one is in full communion with God to understand its depth and purpose. The chosen ones are constantly observed by spiritual forces, both those that wish to support them and those that want to stop them. A sign revealed before the right time could attract severe spiritual attacks. By hiding the sign, God creates a shield of protection, ensuring that the chosen one progresses on their journey without being overwhelmed by forces that wish to interrupt their progress. The apparent absence of a sign can actually be a test of faith. God wants the chosen one to trust in his presence, even when there are no visible signs. This period of waiting strengthens the spiritual connection, teaches patience, and develops trust in the divine plan. When the sign is finally revealed, the chosen one understands that not only do they possess it, but that they were prepared by God to use it with purpose. The chosen one also has an active role in the process of the sign's revelation. They must seek spiritual growth, dedication, and complete surrender to God. The sign is not given as a prize, but as a tool that requires responsibility and maturity. When the chosen one demonstrates that they are ready to use the sign for the greater good, God reveals it at the perfect moment. When God finally reveals the sign, it is a moment of glory and confirmation for the chosen one. They realize that all the trials and the period of waiting had a greater purpose. The sign becomes not only a mark of power, but evidence of God's love and trust. This revelation is transformative, empowering the chosen one to fulfill their destiny with strength, courage, and unwavering faith. Isolation is one of the most challenging trials faced by the most powerful chosen ones. Often, you may feel out of place, as if you belong nowhere or to no group. This feeling is not by chance. God uses isolation to shape character and strengthen the spirit. Being alone is not a punishment, but an opportunity to look within and discover what is hidden. It is in this silence that you begin to identify the divine voice, the direction that leads you to your purpose. Isolation is like the desert, arid and difficult, but essential for transformation. Rejection is another common mark on the journey of the chosen ones. Friends drift away, family members do not understand, opportunities seem to disappear at the most necessary moment. All of this happens because you carry a light that many cannot comprehend. This rejection is a spiritual sieve, allowing only what is true to remain. The pain of rejection refines the soul, teaches resilience, and strengthens the ability to stand firm, even when everything seems contrary. God is preparing you for something grand, and this preparation requires eliminating any distraction that might divert you from your mission. Perhaps the most painful are the inexplicable losses of people, material goods, or even dreams that seem certain. These losses, though devastating, have a profound purpose. They remove from your life what could become a burden in the future. Each loss is an opportunity to trust more in God, for He is shaping your path so that nothing hinders the fulfillment of your destiny. The pain of these experiences strengthens the spirit and prepares you to receive the sign that only the most powerful possess. The pains you face are not punishments, but divine tools to sculpt your inner strength. Imagine the process of polishing a diamond. It is only under extreme pressure that raw coal transforms into something of inestimable value. So it is with the chosen ones. God allows you to go through trials because He knows that within you there is something rare and powerful. Each tear, each difficulty, is shaping the path for the revelation of this unique sign that sets you apart. Why me? This question echoes in the hearts of many chosen ones. The answer is simple yet profound: because you are capable. God does not allow the weak to carry great responsibilities. He trusts you to endure the pains because He knows you possess a strength you have not yet fully realized. Each trial is an opportunity to prove to yourself that you can overcome. It is in this process that you learn to identify the divine sign that has been hidden within you. Perhaps you are wondering, why do I face so much suffering? The truth is, this is not a punishment but training. God is preparing you for something greater, and these difficulties are signs that you carry immense power within you. Only the strongest are chosen for grand missions, and what you face now is the harbinger of a brilliant future. The pain you feel today is proof of the treasure that is reserved for you. Faith is your greatest weapon against adversities. In times of difficulty, it is essential to seek God's presence through prayer and meditation. These daily practices not only bring peace to the heart, but also strengthen your connection with the divine. By praying, you reaffirm your trust in the greater purpose, and by meditating, you find clarity to understand the lessons behind the difficulties. Faith, when cultivated, becomes an unshakable rock capable of withstanding any storm. A practical way to deal with pain and challenges is to create a solid spiritual routine. Start your day with a prayer of gratitude, even amid difficulties. Dedicate a few minutes to meditate, visualizing the divine light guiding your steps. Read words of wisdom or sacred texts that strengthen your faith. These practices may seem simple, but they have the power to transform your perspective and increase your emotional and spiritual resilience. The sign that God has hidden within you is something extraordinary, but it will only be revealed at the right moment. Meanwhile, you are being shaped by trials. Recognize that each difficulty is an opportunity for growth, and each loss is a lesson to help you value what truly matters. The sign you possess is not something that manifests superficially. It is deep, spiritual, and transformative. And when it is revealed, it will be impossible to ignore. God is preparing you for something grand. Do not let the pains divert you from the path. Instead, use them as fuel to keep moving forward. Isolation, rejection, and inexplicable losses are signs that you are being refined for something special. God hid this sign because only the most powerful are worthy of receiving it. Remain firm, strengthened by faith and the certainty that your journey has a greater purpose. Now that you understand why this sign has been hidden, it is important to remember, God does not hide something without a purpose. When He decides to hide a sign, it is because that sign carries such great power that it cannot be exposed to just anyone. Have you ever stopped to think about why so many people seem not to see who you really are? This is not a failing of yours, it is a divine plan. The sign you carry was designed to be activated at the right moment, to protect not only you, but also the greater purpose that God has entrusted to your hands. The sign that the most powerful chosen ones carry is not something visible. It does not appear as a mark on their skin or something physical that others can point to. This sign is an unshakable inner strength, a resilience that you may not even know you possess until you are put to the test. It is the ability to rise from the ashes, to withstand spiritual storms that would crush other people. Have you ever wondered why you face so many difficulties? It is because this sign strengthens in adversity. The greater the struggle, the more visible it becomes, not to human eyes, but to the spiritual world. This sign is not something you earn through human effort. It is a divine gift. It is a direct connection with God's unbreakable bond. Even when you feel alone, lost, or directionless, this sign is there, functioning as a spiritual compass. It guides you, protects you, and reminds you that you have not been forgotten. In the world, many may try to achieve success or power, but only the most powerful chosen ones have this deep, intimate connection that transforms everything around them. One of the most remarkable characteristics of this sign is that it manifests more through the impact you have on other people's lives than through something that can be seen in you. It is the power to transform environments, to inspire those around you, even without saying a word. Have you noticed how your presence can bring peace in chaotic situations? Or how random people feel the need to share their deepest problems with you? This happens because the sign you carry emanates an energy that transcends human understanding. Think of the sign as a hidden light. It is not a light that shines to attract attention, but rather an inner flame, constant, that never goes out. This light not only illuminates your path, but also those around you. It is like a lighthouse, guiding people who are lost in the darkness. God chose to hide this light so that it shines at the right moment, in the right place, and with the intensity that only He can determine. In the Bible, we see many examples of how God works through hidden signs. Think of David, who was chosen while tending sheep, away from human eyes. No one saw a king in him, but God saw his heart and purpose. Or Joseph, who was despised and sold by his own brothers, but had a calling so powerful that it transformed the history of an entire nation. These men carried signs that no one understood until God revealed them at the right moment. This sign is also a spiritual armor. It protects you from attacks that could destroy other people. That is why many times you face inexplicable opposition. People may attack you without reason, or you may feel a constant spiritual weight. It is not because you did something wrong, but because the sign you carry is a threat to the forces that try to hinder God's purpose. This armor is not visible, but it is more powerful than anything the world can offer. Just as gold is purified by fire, the sign you carry is refined by the struggles you face. Each difficulty, each rejection, each moment of pain has a purpose. They are shaping you, strengthening the sign, and preparing you for what is to come. God does not allow you to go through these situations by chance. Each trial has a purpose, to make the sign in you shine even brighter when necessary. To understand and activate this sign, faith is essential. Without faith, you may not recognize what God has placed within you. Faith is not just believing in God, but also believing that He chose you, and that what He placed in you is greater than any adversity. When you trust in God and allow yourself to be guided by Him, the sign begins to operate in ways you never imagined. But what does this sign really mean? It is the key to the purpose that God has designed for your life. It is not a burden, but a powerful tool. This sign was given to you because God knew you were capable of carrying it. He chose you for something much greater, something that you may not fully understand yet. But know this, when you embrace this sign, trust in God's plan, and allow yourself to be used by Him, there is nothing you cannot achieve. The world may try to extinguish you, but what God has placed in you will never be destroyed. Having this sign is a silent reminder that you were set apart for a unique mission. It is not something you flaunt or use to exalt yourself, but a calling that requires humility and total surrender. God hid this sign exactly because it is not meant to be interpreted as a trophy, but as a compass, guiding you toward the purpose that has been designated for your life. By recognizing it, you understand that you carry a responsibility that transcends personal desires. The sign is like an invisible spiritual mark that God has placed upon you, ensuring that even amid adversities, you will never be alone. Receiving this sign is like carrying a key that can open doors to profound changes in the world around you. It is not about power, but about service. The responsibility that comes with this gift is knowing that you were designated to be a light amid the darkness. When you possess this sign, each of your actions carries weight because you are representing a divine purpose. This means acting with integrity, even when no one is looking, and making choices that reflect God's values, even when they are difficult. The sign is also proof that God has entrusted you with a mission that only you can fulfill. This can mean healing the emotional wounds of others, leading changes in your community, or even inspiring those who have lost hope. Each chosen one has a unique role, but the common point is that your mission will always be about bringing light, love, and justice to the world. Understanding the sign is the first step to accepting this mission, but living according to it requires faith, strength, and discipline. To keep the sign strong in your life, it is crucial that you dedicate yourself to practices that reinforce your connection with God and your spirituality. One of these practices is self-knowledge. Set aside time every day to reflect on who you are, your thoughts, and how your actions reflect the divine purpose. Additionally, daily gratitude is a powerful tool. Before you go to sleep, make a mental or written list of 3 things you are grateful for. Gratitude not only strengthens your spirit, but also attracts even greater blessings into your life. Faith is the foundation of everything a chosen one does, and cultivating it requires daily intention. Read the scriptures, meditate on the Word of God, and spend time in prayer. These practices align your heart and mind with the divine plans. It is also important to be mindful of your company and external influences, as they can either strengthen or weaken your faith. Remember that the sign you carry is invisible to the world, but very evident in the spiritual realm, and spiritual enemies will always try to divert you from the path. Imagine you are facing a period of great uncertainty, perhaps with financial difficulties or family challenges. By applying the practices that strengthen the sign, you can start with gratitude, recognizing the small blessings in your life, such as health, shelter, or emotional support. Then practice self-knowledge, identifying negative thoughts or fears that are preventing you from moving forward. Finally, surrender these concerns to God in prayer, asking for clarity and strength. With these actions, you strengthen your spirit and find solutions that previously seemed unattainable. Carrying this sign does not mean your journey will be easy. On the contrary, the chosen ones face many trials precisely because they are destined for something greater. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to strengthen the sign and prove that you are ready for the next level of your mission. Remember that true strength lies not in avoiding challenges, but in facing them with faith and courage. God will never allow you to carry more than you can bear, and the sign you possess is proof that you have everything you need to overcome. Recognize the power that this sign brings to your life, but also the responsibility that comes with it. Do not ignore the gifts that God has given you, nor underestimate the impact your actions can have on the world. Dedicate yourself to strengthening the sign daily, using simple but powerful practices such as gratitude, prayer, and self-knowledge. You are not here by chance, and the fact that you carry this sign is proof that God has chosen you for something extraordinary. Now, it is up to you to embrace this mission and live according to the divine purpose that has been placed in your life. And now, I ask you, do you feel that you carry this sign? Share in the comments. I and our community of chosen ones want to hear from you. Together we can strengthen each other on this unique path that God has prepared for us. Thank you for staying with me this far. If this content resonated in your heart, follow the channel, like, and share this video with those who might also relate. If you want to discover the secret you should never reveal, the next video is for you. Click and find out.